Good morning, my friends, and thank you for coming for another edition of Shaving with Rich. I'm Major Rich on the Shaving Cadre. Today, being 2nd of October, I've decided I'm going to make this RazoRocktober. And so I'm going to be using all RazoRock products today. Today we're using What the Puck. It's shaving soap. It's orange. This is called Orange Sunrise, distributed by Par Orange or Old World Importing, which is RazoRock. It's made in Italy. It's a triple milled. It's real hard soap. When I opened it up, it smelled like a creamsicle, so I stuck a little WS-23 in there. So I'll have a frosty, cold shave. I'm using my RazoRock 400 and shaving implement. Big surprise here. We're using the RazoRock Game Changer. This is the .84. Now RazoRock doesn't make razor blades, so it's got a Gillette Silver Blue in it. I don't know how many shaves is on there, but we're gonna go with it, whatever it is. The soap, other than the kind of crude pun that they used to name it, it's pretty good soap. It's not bad at all. It is very orangey. It, like I said, smells like an orange creamsicle. Kind of that tangerine-y tang. Not necessarily, I don't know what I associate with the creamsicle. It's nice. I'm not sure how else to describe it. It's just got a kind of a, it smells like a creamsicle. And it's real hard, so I got this from the mystery pass round box, and it's still hard in there, so I scraped off what I thought would be enough soap with my gelato spoon, and I did a little bit too much, so I got huge quantities of lather. This soaks up a lot of water too. It took a pretty good load it piled up, and then as I add more water, it collapsed back down into a usable lather instead of foam. There's Safety Cat. You have any words of wisdom for them today? Yeah. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Anything else? Yeah. Mm-hmm. Stop poking me in the ribs, Daddy. That was that last one. She saw me mixing things up and came in and demanded that I open the window. I'm going to close it as soon as I'm done because it's already hot. We're having record-breaking heat here in Ohio. For this time of the year, we should be in the 70s, and yesterday was 92. But they promise us that later this week, the jet stream is going to flip around and bring us close to, or maybe even a little below, what our normal temperatures are for this time of year. I'm a big fanboy of the Game Changer. It was my ideal until the Vector came along. And I'm waiting on it to come. I'm sure it will here in a month or so. I'm sure I'm kind of down on the waiting list. I did get in under that marvelous birthday sale he had. 18% off. You can't hardly go wrong there. Must not have been very many shades on this silver blue because it's just slicing away. It's nice and sharp. Silver blue is another. It's a goodie. And I got my car in the garage yesterday. Actually parked in there, and the spouse unit was able to get her car in. And later in the afternoon, I gained even more space. A friend of mine's father is getting really old. He's a World War II veteran. I'm getting whiskers in my mouth and stuff. Very, very, very independent. He doesn't want to live in even assisted living where he could be by himself and cook his food and stuff. He wants to live out there on his property. And he had a little trouble getting around. He's starting to get super thin, and he's not taking good enough care of himself. Won't go to the doctor. Anyway, he bought himself, he says, I got a new ride. He bought himself a motorized, a little electric tricycle. But he had trouble getting on it. And then once he did, he tried to go into the grass, and it promptly crapped out on him. So I had, after my stroke, I couldn't walk very well. So I had a mobility scooter. I still do. I've got two. I had two of them. So I put new batteries in it, and I kept this one going for years, and gave it to him yesterday, and it cleared up about another 1.5 feet of space in front of my car. I had a little parking space carved out in the inevitable pile of that, what I'll call it, stuff I'm going to deal with later pile. But not enough. There's not enough there to keep me from getting my car in the garage. So by giving away my old scooter, it's one item that I was going to deal with later that I don't have to deal with later because I dealt with it yesterday. So we both gained. That was a good thing. I'm going to miss it though, because that particular scooter had the most comfortable seat on it. Latest one they sent me has a vinyl seat on it, and I take it like when we're going to the Kings Island, which is kind of like Six Flags or something like that, amusement park. We're going to State Fair where it's all paved. So just to keep me from wiping out and causing a big scene. Guys still do fall down quite a bit, which is why I'm spending a lot of time at home alone. I had to retire. So when they sent me, it's real narrow, just barely enough space for my butt to fit on the seat, and then it's vinyl, so I sweat a lot on it, and it's uncomfortable. And you hit bumps on that one, and it will, being made of the purest and finest Chinesium, it will just stop. And you have to take the battery out and put it back in, and then it goes again. The old one had two old lead acid, like little lawn tractor batteries in it. It would go for days without recharging, where the new one will go up, a mile and a half, 2 miles or something before it starts to show a little lag. But it's real narrow and it doesn't do well off-road, so I gave him the one that does better off-road. Otherwise, I'd have given him the new one because I don't like it near as much as the old one. And in a year and a half, according to the Medicare folks and the VA folks, I'm due for another scooter. So I'm gonna pitch in some extra, if they'll let me, so I can get a little better model instead of just a base model mobility scooter. I want one with a comfortable seat. So when we do go to the state fair again with all the zillions of people, there's two benefits to having a mobility scooter at the state fair. First, you get a special entry and you can go into, you get a different gate you get to go through, so you don't have to sit in line quite so long. And people get out of the way and you get kind of a little extra space, which is kind of nice because I don't like being closed in. And so it comes in handy in that. And then also, I don't get quite so tired, so I can spend more than a couple hours at the fair. Used it at the corn festival this last time, although it's pretty uneven, so I took the old scooter. I'll walk next year, I think. I've been doing a lot more walking. Which way did I go? Have I done 3 passes already? I feel pretty smooth. I think I'm going to chase. I've got enough lather here. I could still probably land an aircraft out there on the street in case its gear failed. And it's frosty enough that it may even freeze and be slicker, so it won't damage the plane quite so much. The water that I'm adding has between shave, just the water on my face is starting to make the lather a little bit less. Doesn't have quite so much structure to it. It's just kind of slick, but it's good stuff, and I do like the smell. Okay, we're gonna go straight up against the grain now. On my face, it's against the grain is kind of at an angle. It's like kind of like this. It goes on my neck. It goes all different directions. It's just a briar patch there. It's 0.84 for anybody who's scared of a little bit the difference between the 6.4 and the 6.8 and the 8.4. I think, is that what the other one is? The difference between the two heads is minimal. You'd have a rough time telling the difference between the two. Yeah, trouble spots are just slick, except for I can feel the follicles kind of poking up there. I don't want to shave them off because then I'll end up with a big rash up here, and it's terrible. Well, it looks like we got a pretty good shave. Do a little cleanup here. Make a mess, or clean up my mess. And we'll pause a moment for this. We'll be right back.
America wakes up with Skin Bracer.
Thanks. I needed that.
Skin Bracer is the morning aftershave. Its skin tightener and chin chillers can help you come out smoking.
Thanks. I needed that.
Thank you for waiting. We're back. We got a baby butt smooth, just near perfect shave today. There was no sting from the alum. Stuff I've come to expect from the RazoRock Game Changer. In either of its 2 iterations that I have. There's 2 more iterations I haven't tried yet. The open comb or a comb version, and then there's Jaws, which strikes fear in my heart. It's little Thayer's. But darn good shave today. Brought to you by Avert to Furk, or What the Puck, Orange Sunrise shaving soap. We lathered up with the RazoRock 400. This is synthetic. It's fine brush, and it's nice and heavy, and it's got a nice heavy solid handle. And we shaved with the RazoRock Game Changer .84 with a Gillette Silver Blue. That's all I have for today. Thank you for coming to visit me with my shave. I'm Major Rich on the shavingcadre.com. You'll find me there, of course, in the media section, and in the journaling. There are a lot of guys that write some real interesting stories in their journals. It's neat to read. So I invite you to come. It's a good thing. Also, if you find me on YouTube, like and subscribe, and like I said, there's an open invitation to come visit us, and we will see you on the next shave. Bye-bye.